Hi, this is Tisch Aitken, and it is Friday, April 14th, 2023. And I'm doing a check in. I've been sick with bronchitis and a lot going on. We are in eclipse season, and the pressure is on. So let me dive in. I finally feel a little better. But, eclipses are a very pressured time. I have been feeling the energy for a little bit. You can feel it up to a month before. The first eclipse occurs on April 20th, and I have definitely been feeling it really since the end of March. So let's enumerate what's going on here. We are in eclipse season. We are building up to a total solar eclipse that occurs on April 20th at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 29 degrees and 50 minutes of the cardinal fire sign of Aries. And a friend of mine just pointed out that, because eclipses come in 19-year cycles, and 19 years ago, that is his birthday. Well, he's the 19th. His father passed away on the day of his birthday, and eclipses can bring fated events, and they can eclipse people out of our lives, and also the sun often deals with father. That doesn't mean that's going to happen, but often very eventful things occur on eclipses. You can have a major meeting or a new opportunity. You can leave a job or move or have a breakup or a major ending. A lot of big life changes occur around eclipses, and I've heard of a few people already that are leaving their jobs or that have lost their jobs in the last few weeks leading up to this. And let's think of what happened in the month of March. We had three major planetary changes. We had Saturn, the planet of structure, karma, and responsibility, leave the sign of Aquarius and enter the mutable water sign of Pisces on March 7th, where it will be on and off through February 15th of 2026. That is trying to structure the unstructured, navigate the uncertain. Not easy for any of us, but Neptune rules your imagination, it rules dreams. On the higher level, it represents empathy and selfless love. You want to work with your dreams. This is really a time to not let go of your dreams in a very uncertain time. Pluto, the planet of death and regeneration, power and domination, and big money, changed signs and left the sign of Capricorn for the first time in 15 years and entered the fixed air sign of Aquarius on March 23rd, where it's going to be on and off through January of 2044. That's a huge deal. And right now, Pluto is at 0 degrees of Aquarius, the very first degree. And that's intense. It's been in Capricorn the last 15 years. Huge, all right? And so now we are also in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. So during this eclipse season, Mercury will be retrograde. So Mercury entered Taurus. It got to 5 degrees of Taurus on April 7th. It will retrograde on April 21st at 15 degrees and 34 minutes of Taurus, which is at the world axis, impacting every one of us. Anything at 15 degrees of the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, is at the world point. And pay attention to the themes and the messages that you are receiving now. And the eclipse itself, which is the really big deal, occurs on April 20th at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 29 degrees and 50 minutes of the cardinal fire sign of Aries. We are inching towards the Aries Libra axis, but we are not done with the Taurus Scorpio theme. And in reality, it is only 10 minutes away from Taurus. So I really think of it as an Aries Taurus eclipse, the final degree of Aries, the very first degree of Taurus. And by that, it then automatically squares Pluto, the cosmic compost. And it's a total solar eclipse because the nodes of fate have to be within 8 degrees of the moon and the sun to be a total eclipse. And in this case, they're different signs. The nodes are at 4 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio, and the eclipse is at 29 Aries, but it's definitely conjunct and it's close. A lot of fated events occurring, fated meetings, fated departures. I know a lot of people leaving their jobs right now, either getting let go or leaving on their own volition. Taurus represents how you earn money, your skill set, your talents, your resources, your values, what you value. And also, the other thing to pay attention to is that Jupiter, the luckiest planet, is currently transiting in Aries. And I cast the chart for Washington, D.C. It has Sagittarius rising, 25 degrees of Sag rising. Neptune, which is the modern ruler of Pisces, squares the ascendant. That can be confusing. Mercury will be retrograde the next day, so there's already kind of a backwards energy, but also really digging into what you're learning. But in the same vein, Jupiter is the planet of optimism and expansion. It rules the chart. Magnetizing, working with manifesting. Neptune also is a master manifester because to really manifest, you need to feel the emotions. Neptune squares the ascendant. Saturn's transiting in Pisces, newly in the sign of Pisces. And that's also significant, pardon me, because that's trying to anchor the dream in uncertain times. There's a lot of emphasis on home and family. Mars will still be in the sign of Cancer, where it does not like to be. It's at 13 degrees of Cancer. It's out of bounds, which means it exceeds the sun's path by declination. It has been out of bounds since October 22nd, not playing by the rules, really over the top, and it's in its fall position in Cancer because it's very action-oriented in the opposite side of Capricorn. So hard to fight for security, yet Jupiter is conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer. Finding the courage to heal the wounds, the new moon in the house of security. Mercury is conjunct Uranus. That is an indication of brilliance and innovation. And they are in the house of creativity. Finding creativity in this. This is really a time for the minstrels and the singers and the performers and the dancers and the empaths. This is really a time for the creatives with this time of Pisces. And with Pluto in Aquarius, we're finding new ways to come together. But there was that story recently, which is very, very concerning to me, and I think really underscores where we're headed. A man committed suicide in Belgium with a chat bot that was encouraging him to commit suicide. He was trying to save the planet. Uranus and Taurus. Taurus rules Mother Nature. Pluto and Aquarius. All this talk about AI and Jasper and all these different things. Chat GPT. Very frightening. Could help engender new opportunities. Could definitely eradicate others. And we don't want to lose the full human experience. And so that's a big deal. And this eclipse squaring Pluto, there will be things that you are releasing. This is definitely a time of major new beginnings too, because it is a new moon eclipse. Set intentions, plant new seeds. Think back to last fall. We had a solar eclipse on October 25th. That was at 2 degrees of Scorpio. This new moon eclipse opposes that point. And the other part too is that on November 8th, we had a total lunar eclipse at 16 degrees of Taurus. Mercury defaults back to that, giving you more messages of what you were working with in October and November of last year, which was a very emotional time. We have a lunar eclipse on May 5th. I will discuss more. That is going to be at 14 degrees and 58 minutes of Scorpio. Again, at the world axis, just 2 minutes away from 15 fixed. 15 degrees of the fixed signs hits all of us. Again, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. South Node is transiting in Scorpio a while longer, releasing the negative, the toxic, trying to create something new of value with this new moon in Taurus on April 20th in a very frazzled world. And also Jupiter, the planet of expansion and higher wisdom and optimism, will change signs on May 16th and will enter the fixed earth sign of Taurus. It's going to retrograde on September 4th at 15 degrees and 38 minutes of Taurus. This answers back to where Mercury retrogrades, and that gives us more expansion and hopefully opportunity to create something of value and what you're working with now. I wish you all a lot of luck. Take care of yourself. Very emotionally intense time. Mars will be out of bounds until the second eclipse on May 5th. It'll finally no longer be out of bounds, which it has been since October 22nd. That's an earful, and I bid you adieu.